the fact that, you know, he'd always tell me that you're the 22nd girl and then the 22nd newcomer who's working with me.
Wow.
All of them have been very, very kind and very, very supportive. Whether it was Akshay sir, Sonu sir, everyone they've all been very, very sweet and kind and supportive towards me, knowing the fact that this was my first film.
Hello everyone, welcome back to ETimes, and as you can see, I have the most gorgeous Manushi Chhillar with me. Hello, welcome.
Hi, thank you.
How are you doing? I can
Good.
already see the glow on your face. Manushi looks excited. Now the trailer is out and the big Bollywood debut. How do you feel about it?
Exciting. Everything's exciting. I am excited. Looking forward to it. And yeah, I mean, fingers crossed.
Manushi, I want to know from you, like generally as human beings, we all are very impatient, but I think you've been very calm, like in this. I'm sure that a lot of your fans, followers, and a lot of people wanted to see your big debut happening. But, it's taken time, of course, and of course, because of COVID also and everything. So now how do you feel that it's finally happening and the day is here? And I want to know from you, you just seemed so calm to me, as a person also. I can feel that you're calm, composed. How does that happen?
I mean, I don't know. I think that's how I've always been. But having said that, yeah, I mean, there has been a wait. We had a pandemic and a lockdown, and so there's been a little bit of a delay. But luckily, I also got to do another film during the first lockdown. So somewhere I was occupied and I was working. But I mean, that's okay. I feel like everyone was suffering in some way or the other, so that's fine. But now it's all coming. All the wait is coming to an end.
A debut movie and it being Prithviraj with the Akshay Kumar and your role and character, you're playing the princess and it all looks like perfect. So when you look at it, how do you see it? Because as audiences, as journalists watching your work, it just feels damn perfect.
Okay, that's very, very sweet of you to say. But for me, of course, it's the first time that I've ever been in front of the camera as an actor. For me, it is my first project. So I've learned a lot from it. And as someone who has worked on the film, when I look at myself now, I feel like, okay, I feel like I've grown.
Yeah.
When I was watching the film, I realized that I've done better with each day of shoot.
Yeah.
And that's I think you get better as you practice. But I feel very lucky and very fortunate that Yash Raj has supported me. I'm getting to work with, like you said, the Akshay Kumar. Akshay sir has been lovely, and then of course being directed by Dr. Saab. So it's a very good launch. I think it's a great launch. It's a great opportunity for anyone.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I also want to know from you that with your trailer launch happening and people are giving you reviews and people are telling you that we love the way you look and everything. So do you remember that very first moment when the script came to you and you said yes? And I want to know, how did that happen?
Well, I think the first day that I actually listened to the narration, it happened in two parts. And Dr. Saab, when he narrates, he narrates like he performs, and it's a very long narration. But because he loves to perform, and there's a little bit of theatre in there that you can see. He was also an actor, so you can see the actor in him as well. But he really takes you through the whole journey. And when we've all grown up, reading or listening to stories about Samrat Prithviraj Chauhan, we are all familiar with the character of Princess Sayogita. So these are characters since we're so familiar with. Of course, I did know that this is going to be a big project. It's going to be a great film. But more than that, it was, I think, Dr. Saab's conviction, the way he narrated, and you know, how he has presented the characters. I mean, I was very much excited since that day.
Absolutely. Well, I also want to know from you that, you know, of course, you won Miss World, and you know, I was so happy and so proud. And that time I remember I was in college, and my entire college was talking about, oh, you know, we've got the crown, and everyone's so excited. And I'm sure, of course, the whole world, everyone's eyes on you.
Yeah.
And then you choose, you know, to do a movie, of course, Prithviraj. So I want to know, when it comes to acting, what is the kind of process, or the kind of, did you do workshops, or what is it? Or you feel that, you know, somewhere when the camera rolled and when, you know, your director said action, you were someone who realized that, you know, maybe acting was something which was there in me and I didn't know before, but now I know it's there.
I think that in whatever little experience that I've had, everyone has an actor in them. Of course, everyone's very different. Everyone has a different process. For a film, because it's also very technical, you can't go unprepared. You can't go on set without prep. You need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think the first step is to know your lines. But I feel I had a period of 8 to 9 months that I got to prep. I don't remember taking any holiday in between, because for me it was very new. You know, I'd never acted before. It was a very new world, a very new profession, a new skill that I was learning. But it was more about discovering, you know, the process of preparing for a script, getting into character, learning some dance. So I think it was all of that, and of course there was a lot of training that went into it. But I've also realized that no matter how much you prepare, you learn the most on set. You know, that's where you learn. When you meet other actors, you meet your seniors who've been doing this for a long time. You learn a lot from them as well. So I think all of this put together, you know, you definitely cannot go there unprepared. And there was a long schedule of workshops and of training that went into it.
In Prithviraj, of course, and this is your first movie, and working with Akshay Kumar, Sanjay Dutt, Sonu Sood, and a lot of other experienced actors. How was that like? How was your first day on the set like? Did you feel, oh my God, should I say them by their name, or should I say sir, or you know?
Well, I mean, I think I always I do call them sir, but I feel like, you know, when everyone's working, everyone's very, very normal, very chilled out. You know, you're all there to play a particular role, and all of them have been very, very kind and very, very supportive. Whether it was Akshay sir, Sonu sir, everyone they've all been very, very sweet and kind and supportive towards me, knowing the fact that this was my first film. So, you know, that way. And of course, Akshay sir, I mean, there's a lot to learn from him. But the fact that, you know, he'd always tell me that you're the 22nd girl and then the 22nd newcomer who's working with me.
Wow.
So I think that somewhere helps, because someone, you know, they're all much more experienced and much more senior. So somewhere, you know, they give you that safety net that, okay, if you're nervous, or if, you know, they're there for you.